All right. All right. How we doing today? We doing okay? Having a good day? It's like a Monday for me, you know? Could be like a Tuesday for you, depending on where you're at. You know, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling rested. I had 2 cups of coffee today, actually. Had a big old breakfast. I got Domino's on the way for lunch. I'm feeling good. And I just want to play Arknights. Maybe watch some videos. There's some videos I want to check the fuck out. Yeah. What's up, Grim Knight? How you doing? How you doing? But today, honestly, today I think we do the story. I have put off... Are you wearing black to counter your radiant skin? Fuck you. Fucking... I think I just want to do the story, man. I saw fucking Pix's stream. It was like, chapter 14 starting. What the fuck? What the fuck? I shouldn't be this far behind. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I blame my work. If I wasn't actually employed, I would have been caught up by now. But fuck. But yeah, we're gonna be just doing more fucking story, I think, honestly. Maybe we won't zip through it, but we'll move with the purpose. We'll move with the purpose. Spent 2 weeks playing. I literally stream Arknights like once a fucking week, and last week I was so fucking cooked. I don't think I even streamed Arknights. No, I streamed Arknights. I didn't even play fucking Arknights. I played Arknights. I played the event. So maybe it's better time. I mean, yeah. I joke about it, but I'm gonna take my fucking time. You know, we're not dicking around in here. We're still want to finish walking the dust, dude. I'm just looking at this shit. It's so much, dude. Plus Tarkov just had their fucking icebreaker patch. Oh, I want to play it, but fuck it. We have to focus. We have to stay focused. What I really need is a Arknights launcher. Sounds like a lot of excuses. You're such is Nasty actually good? Is Nasty actually goated with the sauce? Is she... Must stay focused? We must stay focused, brother. We must stay focused. Is Nasty goated with the sauce? Let's see here. There are some videos I actually wanted to watch. I saw some kooky videos that I wanted to talk about. You know, we're gonna be scumbags and watch some kooky video. I mean, like, that's not like that's not being a scumbag. Scumbag is like me, like, watching and reacting to a video. But that's what I want to watch, to be honest, today. Let me see here. You can't see my screen because I'm scrolling YouTube right now, dude. Okay. Interesting. Like, create an Ifrit tile or just put Primanex altar anywhere. What? Now, doom scrolling stream is not entirely. Let me see here. There we are. There's the video. I saw this video and I wanted to watch it with y'all. Is Unk live? I'm live. At least I think I'm live, right? You know, we wouldn't be live unless, you know, we were here. Unless I'm crazy. Let me mute the audio. Let me mute the game audio. Let me go back to... Boop. You guys can't see that, me. Boop. There we are. I'm over here in the corner now. Okay, let me bring up the video auto. Right, so you can create a tile you can deploy your ops on. That's intriguing. I don't know how I feel about that. Casual 650 sanity. Actually, that's lower right now. Usually it's a lot higher. But I wanted to watch this video by Kooky. There's no time to play Arknights or Enfield. And I saw a little bit of it, and it resonated with me at a level that an employed level, I should say. An employed level. So I really wanted to watch it. I watched like up to here, and then I was like, okay, this is something I want to watch on stream with y'all. With the unemployed people on stream. But I think this is just, it's interesting subject. He actually made a video just for you. He made a video just for me. Yep, he made a video just for me. So I think we roll right into this. You know, Kooky, I don't think I really need to introduce Kooky. He is, you know, the Arknights player and Enfield as well, and is pretty well fucking known. So I think we rolled just right into it. Let's check him out. Kuki, take me away.
Before I started the stream today, I came across this thread about comparing Enfield and AK actually. And I thought this was just a very insightful thread because this person writes, I hate to admit it, but Enfield is more comfortable to play than Arknights for me. I'm really tired of rushing to close events with limited rewards EX stages. I'm always tired after work and arrive very late to rest at home.
I don't have Twitter. Actually, I have no social media than YouTube, so I don't fucking see this shit. I know there's always PvP happening on Twitter, in any gachaverse, in any gacha game, but I never see it. But I hate to admit it, but Enfield, that's interesting, because I actually feel the opposite. I feel like I can hop on Arknights, get all my dailies and everything done, even the weeklies, in like a minute or two, and then be like, I'm done. You know, I'm done for the day. Now, Enfield, I would say it's easier to digest the content, because it's always going to be there. Like, the events kind of pass through and stuff, but let's be honest, the events are kind of like whatever. With Arknights, the events are the story as well. So, like, we have the current, what's the current event happening right now? Fuck, what was it called? Unrealized Realities? Unrealized Realities is happening right now, and if I don't play it, you know, a Stronghold, but like, the Stronghold doesn't really have like the story behind it. Unrealized Realities is like a major story, unless you can read it, but you're not reading with everyone else. So you're almost like missing out on substantial stories and stuff. So it feels more like in that tier, I would say I feel like I'm missing out on. But look, I'm behind. I'm fucking on chapter 8. You know, I'm not worried about stories passing by. But if you're an active player and you're caught up and you gotta do Enfield and do Arknights, and to be honest, if you're watching gacha content on YouTube or watching in the hopping on live streams and stuff, you're most likely an addict of gachaverse. You know, you probably Arknights is not your only. You're probably playing Arknights. You're probably playing Enfield. Maybe you're playing Wuwa. Maybe playing Genshin Impact. Maybe you're playing ZZZ. Maybe you're playing the other fucking 100 out there and stuff like that. But like, yeah, if you miss it, you have to pretty much wait for it to rerun, which kind of sucks. Yeah. That's the thing for Arknights. That's the issue, I would say. But for dailies are easier in Arknights than Enfield for me personally. But anyways, keep going.
Enfield at least doesn't block access to anything except for minor quests, and it usually hang out for quite a long time and are easily completed at about 10 minutes a day.
Yeah, the side quests, I could see that. They're like a 10-minute thing. I've been going through my side quests lately. I mean, to be honest, like, I did the entirety of Edge Space Salvage in like 4 hours yesterday. Like, didn't play it, went in to play it out the gate and finished it. So, you know, actually, hot take, I actually kind of liked Edge Space Salvage. I liked it more than Umbral. So there's that. But I think what he's saying, yeah, I wish the events in Arknights lasted longer. I could totally understand that if I was caught up. Like, to be honest, I usually have to decide whether I'm going to play the event mechanics for the current event that's happening or whether I'm not going to play it. And I'm going to do the story. And usually it's based off of the character that is there as well. But yeah.
I wish the events in AK lasted longer. So the way that I see this type of players is that they don't necessarily have that FOMO of like logging in every single day.
Yeah.
And instead, they just get in order to, if they can get pools, sure, they'll get the pools, like the casual 200 randoms that they can get. They probably don't even complete their weekly stuff. If they do, then okay, that's strange, because AK wouldn't be that high effort per se, because you can just auto farm. But let's just put the case that this is a person who casually logs in, right? You also have people who just logs in like every...
Well, I think like the context down here is the events and stuff like that. That's really, I think, what is the key point here. What's up, Galmico? But let me see here. Let's see. The feeling is mutual. It really comes down to being fed up with the game, not being tired, especially if you're OG player. Events are just not special anymore. It's the same 10 common and 8 X stages all over, slightly different rules. I mean, yeah, well, this is the thing, is how long does a game, oh god, I guess like every game, especially in Gachaverse, there's a blueprint for how content is pushed out, and the first 6 months of a new gacha game releasing, it's always fun because usually they're following a blueprint, but you haven't gotten used to that blueprint yet. So you're like, oh my gosh, this is new to me. This is interesting, especially if you're going from completely different genres or styles, like going from a 3D open world action RPG gacha game like Wuwa for me, and then going to Arknights. The pace of content was completely different. And I was like, this is fucking insane, you know? It's cool. You know, I mean, I'm getting used to, I won't say I've gotten used to, but I've understood how the content is produced and paced out. But the honeymoon hasn't wore off per se for me at all. But I can understand if you're like a day one player, like if you've been playing Arknights for 6, 7 years, then, you know, I think you've gotten everything you need to get out of the game, especially if you're free to play or a limited spender and stuff like that. You have gotten a lot more out of this game than they have gotten out of you out the gate and stuff. But I can understand the need to change and stuff like that, you know, spice up the relationship, you know. And maybe that even might be just taking a break as well.
Every limited event and don't ever appear ever again. They come back every 3 months for AK. But in the case of these people, when it comes to Enfield and why they say that Enfield is more comfortable, I do sort of feel that at the very least for a lot of the side quests and even main story that Enfield has, this is the reason why I think Enfield is a little bit better for a wider audience and why it sucks for people like content creators per se. Because content creators love the crap out to rush the game. So they will rush the game in like 2 days, in 3 days, and then after complain that there's nothing to do. But for the everyday player,
I'm terrible at playing games. Actually, you know, I'm still playing catch up in Enfield, and I could. Oh yeah, he's making a perfect fucking good point here. Actually, if you burst Enfield, you got no fucking content. Or if you're a content creator and stuff like that, like out the gate, I would say it's actually. You will get more views talking about Enfield than actually playing Enfield. Even to the extent of just not showing game footage. You just sit here and just talk about Enfield and not even play it. I could be playing Arknights and talk about Enfield and I get more views than if I played Enfield and talked about Enfield, funny enough. But it's to be honest, Enfield is a game where it's more enjoyable for people to just play it than watch it. Than, you know, Arknights, which is kind of funny. Anyways.
Like a person like this, I kind of feel that it's perfectly reasonable that they feel that, whoa, Enfield has a lot to do, but I can just take my time to kind of do it because they can just play for 2 hours a day, right? Even though they haven't finished the story, they continue the next day. They continue the day after. Whereas in the case of AK, like in this case, they're talking about the gameplay. But if you talk about like someone who wants to read AK story kind of like goes very, very long.
Oh god.
And as a result, it's the reason why a lot of people resort to summaries. But in truth, they don't really take the time to appreciate AK stories. And then, as a result, they start to feel that it's a dread to read on, and there it kind of goes, you know. I'm going to read some of the...
That resonates me at a level y'all don't fucking understand. Maybe you do understand and I'm just stupid. But I think what he said there is just literally what encapsulates me. You know, we made it. We finished chapter 8. The story, like, we had some long-ass fucking chapters. You know, but it wasn't that bad. There also wasn't a lot of filler side stories in between chapter 1 through 8, you know? There's not a lot filler in there. Or enough, you know what I mean when I say filler, you know, side stories and stuff, or context story. I like that word, context stories. That's what it is. They're not side stories or events, they're context stories. But there's a lot of those in there. And there's not too many for chapter 1 through 8. And then after chapter 8, you know, 9 and on, it's just like, holy fuck, there's a lot of side stories or context stories. And you're like, and these are long, like even the side stories are bigger than like chapter 6, chapter 7. They're fucking huge. And you're just like, oh my god. And so maybe if I'm not making content for this game, like I'm not streaming this game and stuff, and I'm going through the story, I can sit there and I can just close my mouth and I can go click, click, click. Just scroll through. I'm not reading it out loud and stuff like that, but I have to read it out loud, and then I have to go, well, I don't think that well. I have to think about what I said there as well, if I actually understood that. And so there's a lot to go through, and I would say after chapter 8, the story is bloat in words. Now, that's not like, would I say it's a negative? I wouldn't say it's negative because the stories are fucking amazing, you know? Am I gonna bitch about Lord of the Rings as being as big as it is? No, because it's a good fucking story and stuff. It's just if you're a newer player or you took a break for a long time and you're coming back, you're like, God damn it, dude. Maybe I'll just watch a summary. Maybe I'll just watch a YouTube. I mean, even I was talking to my mods, like, are there summaries I can watch for some of these event stories that are just like they provide context, but they don't. Let me mute my fucking phone. Like they provide context, but they don't provide context to the extent that I need to care about it and watch it on stream. So yeah, this what he said there just spoke to me at a level, and I was just like, fuck, dude. You just can't read Arknights like a game. It's a whole ass book series. It's a whole ass like calling fucking chapters after chapter 8 chapters is bullshit. They're books. They're just fucking books. Each chapter is a book. And now maybe the first 4 chapters was like a book as thin as my phone. And then afterwards, the fucking books get fucking like as thick as my water bottle and shit. You know, they get thick as my dick. You know, like, you know, they're big. They're books. They're not chapters. And then you got all these side stories. What's up, Burke Mary? How you doing? So it's a lot to digest. And it's kind of like, it's almost like bitching about, you know, oh my gosh, there's too much content and stuff. But it's understandable. You know, you're invested in the story. You want to read the story, but there's so much story to read that you just want to kind of, you know, maybe you'll just watch a summary on a couple chapters, like side stories, and then it kind of gets out of hand, and then you just are like, okay, I'm just gonna stop reading the story. I'm just gonna play the game and stuff like that, you know.
The people who reply to this person, so this person say the feeling is mutual, but it really comes down to being fed up with the game and not being tired. Especially if you're OG player, with events are just not special event anymore. It's the same 10 common stages and 8 EX stages all over with slightly different rules.
I mean, like I said, like if you're classifying yourself as an OG player, that's probably like year 1, year 2. You've got what you've needed out of the game, man. You have. I can understand wanting to spice it up, though. Honestly, I can. But there's so much stuff. Like we got IS, CC, all the other stuff. Now, maybe spicing up the events, I could see. But you know.
So I find that this person is a little bit like, I agree with what this person is saying, but I also think you end up feeling like this if you play the game exactly like a meta player would do, right? If you play every single stage with the same favorite 12 operators.
I'll go back to that.
Right? If you play every single stage with the same.
Oh, wow, that's a fucking roster there. Woo! Ammo, Wizardel. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
Favorite 12 operators, when the game offers like 400 people, of course you're gonna feel like there isn't anything much to play. Because you're just doing the same skills, you're just clicking on the same thing, you're seeing the same dynamic and interactions of.
I think the worst thing that can happen to someone is they don't have a lot of time to play the game, but they still want to play all the events. But because they don't have a lot of time, they opt to use more meta operators to get through the content quickly. But then they get bored of the content because they're bursting through it and using meta operators. But they don't have time to experiment because they work like a 9 to 5 if they're fucking lucky. But most of the time you're working like a 7 to 4 or a fucking 7 to 7 even and stuff like that. Like you're clocking in the hours. And the weekends, you're recovering. You're not playing games. Like most people are employed, and they're employed heavy, especially as the economy gets worse. And so it's like a devolving. You're like devolving basically, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. You don't got time to play, but you still want to complete the content. But you're not forced, but you're kind of opting to use more better tuned characters, and then then you're like, oh, the content's boring. And it sucks. It sucks. That's what's happening. That's what I see.
Operators, and then you're gonna easily get burnout, and then you're just gonna be like, there's no gameplay. But in truth, like, there's so many different ways for you to play this game, and it's just whether or not you wanna set yourself there. Like, it's the reason why when you watch my streams and I react to a brand new event, I always play it thematically, right? I always play with which characters have appeared in that story, and then let me use that as my 12-man squad.
That is what I have seen has been the most beneficial. Every time there's an event, I will always see Polina Hime post about it, and she'll go, this is my new thematic or team I'm gonna use for the event, and she does it like every event almost. And I thought that's a really unique way to play the game. Now, obviously, people like this, they have a lot of time to experiment and stuff. And the issue is, it's like, it's both bad and good, where you're like, I'm tired of the blandness of the events, but you don't have time to play the events by experimenting. And so the best option is for you just to take a break or try something else like IS or RA or CC or whatever the fuck and stuff like that. But then you're missing out on the content, so you're like, fuck. I want to play I don't want to miss the event, you know? And it's just it just gets psychotic. Like actually like crazy fucking team roster here. Actually pretty goated, to be honest. But this is I would say is like a really good way to play the game from what I've observed. I've not experienced this. We play ammo because we like guns in this fucking household. But yeah.
You know, if it's a Rhine-lab event, let me play Rhine-lab only. If it's
Nice.
a Yerek event, let me play Yerek only.
Nice.
You know, if there isn't really a team, I can do all sorts of funny things, right? I can just randomize, do a spinner, just see if I can even know how to play this stuff. Because it's true. If you just play with like the 12 best operators in this game, you can defeat every single stage in this game. And it's just gonna feel like nothing. You know, there's a
I mean, he says that, man, but I fucking suck at this game, man. You could give me the 10, you could give me the 12 best operators, and my ass would get rolled in like chat like 9-14 or some shit like that. Like,
people say that the most meta people like Tragodia, Wizardel, and Wang in a way truly destroyed the way
dude,
of the
everyone
game.
keeps fucking talking up Juan or whatever. I've never seen anything about this guy.
You start to think less, you start to strategize less. The definitions of lane splitting, lane holding starts going out the window when you have a person that just kills everything.
If they do make the events last longer, though, it's going to take them like 10 more years to finish the story. And I'm not saying they need to make the events last longer either. That's not like I don't think they should. It's a tricky position, and at the end of the day, if you look at it, it is beneficial for Hypergriff to just stay the course where they're doing with how they're producing their content. And then I'll be honest, the reruns coming every fucking like literally right after the stories as well doesn't help because everyone's like, well, I can't miss the reruns as well, you know. So they're playing the new events and then they're playing the reruns and as well. Maybe it might just be better for them to just skip the reruns, even if you've done them all. Now, for me, if you're like starting new, you're like, well, I can't miss the reruns because I haven't even done the main runs yet. So you're doing the main stories and the reruns and then the main stories and the reruns, the main stories. You just keep going, you keep going, you just get to go crazy. So there's that.
You know, and that's why once you remove them, you start to realize, oh wait, I have to take a little bit more effort to appreciate these kind of things, right? To me, these meta units, I don't really feel bad about them because they exist for the sake of people who, as such, don't have the time to play the game.
Exactly.
Right? If you don't want to play the game with difficulty, then one of my biggest recommendations is chase all these meta units so that you can always.
And he might bring it up. But I'm gonna say it again. The problem is though, you don't have a lot of time, so you gotta use meta units. Use meta units, use them so often, then you get bored of playing the game, but you don't have time to experiment, so you have to keep using meta units, and then you just quit the fucking game because the game mechanics are boring because the meta units burst through them and just destroy them completely. It's a fucking self-fulfilling prophecy, and there's no way of fixing it either. There's a couple options are you become unemployed. You find some way to make more time to play the game, but do you really need? Should the game dictate you, or should you dictate the game? You know, you shouldn't. The game should not be dictating your life as well. But yeah, if people grew up and don't have time to play the classic gachas, just like the casual ones the companies are making now, Enfield, just play the casual ones the companies are making now. I mean, yeah, but people don't. This is tough though, because like Arknights has been out for what 7 years almost, and people grow up. You know, maybe this Arknights came out when you were 14 in high school, and now you're like, what was that, like 20, 21? Yeah, like 21, and you have a job, and you still want to enjoy the thing you enjoyed when you were younger. You know, you don't want to give up something like that. But it sucks, you know? I don't know, like, there's no perfect way, I barely play these fucking games. I play them on the weekends. And then I do my dailies throughout the weeks. Because I work fucking 12 hours a day. But anyways, yeah. What's up, cringes?
Be fast at clearing the EX stages and the normal stages, and be done with it. Just quickly do a farm, or don't at all. And then you can feel like AK isn't that much of a chore. But then again, at the same time, I do also feel the whole vibe that these people are saying about them being tired after work. And as a result, they don't really want to play the game. Now, I'm at the age of 26, and the only sort of work that I have to do right now is content creation. Now, I'm at the age of 26, and...
He's 26?
The only sort of work that I have to do right now is content creation. I've said that I'm going to do this for the entire year. If I was not content creating, I would be doing a certain job and then I would be playing AK on the side. I'm definitely never going to quit AK, as you see from some of my other videos. But the problem that I have as well is when you are a working person, you will hit a point where your free time feels a lot less. And as a result, you don't feel the need or the want to like open the game. And then the thing is,
I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah,
is that when you don't open Enfield for some time, right? Like, let's say you don't open Enfield for a month, you won't feel like you exactly lost out. You lost out in terms of pools, you lost out in terms of limited time materials, but you didn't lose out in terms of like content, because all of the map stuff, all of the secret dungeons, monsters that you can interact with, they're all still there sitting for you to play after 1 month of not playing the game. But if you don't play AK, for example, in a month, it could mean that you miss out playing Stronghold Protocol, for example, right? You miss out playing one of the high-end events. You don't play CC for a period of time. And then all of a sudden, you also don't play any of the normal stages, EX stages, or S stages. And then you're gonna feel like, oh man, now I have free time, but I can't really go back to play it. I've got to wait for a whole year for the rerun type of thing. And you're gonna start feeling like you're behind, you know? So this is kind of the reason why like this person kind of said that, I wish
FOMO.
that the quest can hang out for a little longer. And
it's hard to decide like how much is a little longer. It's just like if you look if I pulled up an Arknight's calendar and I pulled up an Enfield calendar and I overlaid the amount of content that's coming out on a day by day or week by week basis, fucking Arknights is stuffed. That bitch is stuffed like bukkake, like fucking stuffed, man. And Enfield's got a lot more sparse content, but it's always going to stick around. I mean, let's be real, though. Enfield's fucking events. There's like, maybe they'll have one good event a month. Most of the time, they're like a fucking power washing simulator. I don't care. I'll miss that. A photo event? Get out of here. I don't care. I'll miss that. Waiting for like a year for the rerun is lame. Yeah. It's tough. And it's also like... yes, there's a lot of content, or it's like, oh, you're not really having FOMO with Enfield, but it's like, well, are the events really that fun that you care about sticking around? Not really. Let's be honest here and stuff. Like the last good event was the factory event, but what you spent like 5 minutes setting up a factory for it, and then you waited till phase 2 and then rechanged your factory again, and that was it. That's pretty much it. You just have to log in daily to sell your shit. Now like coming up in 1.3, those events look fucking spicy. But, Arknights is a lot more stuffed. It's a lot more stuffed. And yes, you know what's happening in the next 6 months. You can see the future, so you're not too worried. It's just, or maybe you are worried. You're like, holy fuck, all this stuff happening in the next 6 months is all fucking amazing, and I want to be a part of it. Because it's like all these reruns, the banners, the stories fucking picking the fuck up. So,
I feel for such people. There are some people out there who have even tougher work. They work in the medical field, they work in the tech field, and truthfully, like, once you had a hard, long day of work, sometimes you don't even think about playing a game. You just want to, like, lie down, rest, not talk to anybody, just doom scroll or just watch some videos.
That's what I do.
Be done with it. So, like, I'm not against what this guy is saying. I feel that this can happen. But at the same time as well, I also do wonder if this isn't so much of an expression of the work, and it's also an expression of you might not be feeling it for the games as well. I kind of wanted to put forth that for a lot of us when we started playing AK launched for us at a period when we were anywhere between the age of 16 to 25, I would say. For a lot of us. And AK is lasting for about 6 to 7 years now. And as a result, where we are now, from that 16 to 25, we are now at this 21 to...
Roy works in the medical field. He makes a shit ton of money, lol. I work like 12 hours a day. And I make no money. I'm a broke-ass bitch.
30.
Well, I make good money. But not like those 6 figures out the ass types of money,
We're all in a very different phase of life. We are either a university student, we've already graduated, we are now in the working world. As a result, people not just have less time to play the game, I also feel that such people have less time.
There's a fucking... You guys can't see his fucking chat, but his chat's being stupid pissed me off. God damn it. They're doing the 6-7 me in the fucking chat.
To be able to watch videos or be a part of the community. So I think this is very apparent within my own channel as well, where people just don't have the time to tune into my videos anymore. You can say that the same 16 to 25-year-old can still come in and join AK and play this game. But for a lot of these people, they feel like there is something stopping them from joining this game, because while I want to say that AK is one of the easiest games that you can join, it's actually very new player friendly. But the thing that deters these people is the amount of content that AK has, right? When you step into AK, you open up all the menus and then you start to realize tons of rerun events for you to complete. IS2 to IS6 for you to do, right? RA2 is in, then there's all sorts of like Annihilation, SSS.
Yep.
Then there's the record restore. There's the operator records for you to be completing. Then you start to see like, whoa, so many things to build, so many units to care about. Where do I actually go?
Yeah.
Like the information overdose, I feel, for new players today kind of overwhelms them quite a bit to not want to like play the game.
Well, no one in today's, well, ever, I would say, no one likes being behind the curve. I think that's just a universal. No one likes being behind. And especially in MMOs. To be honest, a lot of the MMO content creators I've seen have moved over to Gacha, which I think is the funniest fucking shit to me. But it's because, you know, it's free, consistent content that comes out on a monthly basis, you know. But anyways, so like no one like really starts. No one wants to be behind. No one wants to start an MMO fucking 5 years after it came out, because you have 5 years of content, but you're 5 years behind, you know. And you're not only missing out on the content, you're missing out on the community atmosphere, the vibe, the ups, the downs. You know, the struggle busing together in the community when there's no fucking content. Or the biggest fucking hype, like Destiny, you know? With Destiny fucking 1, dude. Oh my god, where there's just no fucking content, and everyone's just dicking around on Venus fucking patrols and shit like that. Or when fucking the Taken King dropped and everybody was in the Dreadnought. That shit was so fucking peak. But, you know, people don't want to... Yeah, you also get spoiled on the story super easily. Like, let's be honest, Arknights, the fucking the 3 most talked about things I've ever seen in Arknights that are the biggest spoilers is Kelsic getting fucking glassed, fucking Priestess, and then I'm forgetting her name. You know who I'm talking about. Pink hair. I forgot her name. But Teresa. Yeah, Teresa. Those are like the 3 most talked about things in Arknights. It is the biggest fucking spoilers. It's unfucking avoidable. I don't have any social media, and I'll still see that shit on YouTube. On like shorts. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah. Anyways.
But the reason why I always say that AK is good for people to join is because it's only good if you're someone who wants to game. If you want a genuinely good game where content can never be completed in a week, and instead you probably have to play a whole year, you know, even if you're a complete rusher of this game, no way you're doing it in a week or a month. You have to be taking a lot of time to try to get far in terms of understanding.
I mean, also, people just get older, man. Like, let's be real. Let's be honest. You get older, you hit your 30s, you know, maybe you don't have much time to play video games. Maybe you got a family. Maybe you're dating. Maybe you got a wife. Maybe you got kids. You know? Your biggest, maybe you get into fishing. Maybe you're going fishing. You know? Like, maybe you pick up, like, real-life hobbies. Stuff changes. Life, you know, your day is not go to school, get off school, play video games for 8 hours, maybe do homework and stuff like that. And that's all you have to worry about. Maybe you hit 30 and, you know, your body just doesn't do as well. You got to go to the gym more often. You got to watch your diet, your cholesterol, your blood. Like maybe you got diabetes. Shit happens. You got a lot. You're not an invincible fucking 16 to 25-year-old, you know, or whatever.
The game and even the story of Arknights. If you add story to the picture, good luck completing the over 2 million words
that
AK has in order to really...
Chapter 15... Who the fuck read chapter 15 in six hours? Let me meet that motherfucker. It took me like 9 hours to do chapter 6. What is this dude speaking fucking... Is this like 6.5 hours and times 2 speed? What the fuck?
Up with all of the lore of AK. As a result, right, when you compare to the game state of Enfield, I would say, like, Enfield feels more approachable of a game right now.
Well,
like,
Enfield feels approachable because it just came out. In 2 years, Enfield will not feel approachable. Just out the fucking gate there. Because a massive portion of the content, the events, the other things, especially if you're going to have events involving the factory where you need to build your factory a specific way to produce a specific item, it's just not going to be feasible in some zones, you know? Like, if you're in Valley 4 when that fucking event happened and you weren't in Wuling yet, you would have to get the Wuling to actually properly interact with it. You know? In fucking 2 years, when you got to play factory catch-up and you got to figure out... Because also... that you're going to have to go through all the fucking I got to build the factory for 1.0 first, and then I make it to Wuling, so I'll build the 1.1 factory, and then the 1.2 when I unlock some of the other new zones in Wuling, and then the 1.3, and then everything is story locked as well, so you got to progress through the story. In fucking a year, if you're coming in Enfield, it is going to feel just like any gacha game. You're going to be playing catch up. Like fucking Wuwa. When 2.0 came out, they provided a shortcut where you could skip right over the 2.0. You could completely skip over 1.0. I don't think that's feasible. That's not feasible in Enfield unless they're just going to be like, here, skip the story. And you skip right to 2.0 and then you unlock all the zones with all the factories as well. You also have to upgrade those fucking, those AIC outposts, you know, level 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a lot of things need to happen. You got to upgrade the levels of the zones to increase the resources you draw in, you know? I can't go watch... I can't start Arknights Enfield. Go watch Kyo's video on 1.2.1 factory and then place it all out because my zones are still level 1 in level 1 in Wuling and level 5 in Valley 4 because I just burst the story I didn't explore. At least on like other 3 gachas, a ton of Arknights content, for example, Saren pulls and stuff are not locked the daily or weekly for now. So a new player comes in 6 months and not get barred from that stuff. I mean, yeah. Like, it's just Enfield right now is very approachable because it's new. That's the one thing I will probably disagree with Kuki on this one. I don't think Enfield's going to be as approachable in like a year or 2.
It's not to say that it's going to stay the same though. To me, this idea where Enfield is comfortable, you're looking at the start of Enfield.
Okay, never mind. I fucking agree with Kuki. God damn it, dude. I pause in the worst possible spots.
I just don't know if that's going to be the case in like 2 years or 3 years' time. If Enfield suddenly starts to match AK, then it's going to work out. Now, by the way, on the side of saying the 16 to 25 years old, as a result of them not...
dude, every time, dude, just fucking put my foot in my mouth. God damn it.
Getting overwhelmed by AK. I feel that that's also the reason that the other gacha games do much better. Like with the likes of ZZ, HSR, and possibly...
ZZ, man. ZZZ. ZZZ is a game that I feel like MiHoYo, like, I haven't played it, but I've watched so many videos on it and seen so many fucking shorts, and I've seen so much about the story and what it could be in the combat. ZZZ is a fucking game that you just need to delete the MiHoYo name off of that fucking thing. Because I feel like it's just like, it didn't succeed when it initially launched and it had a bad first year and MiHoYo's just not fucking giving it the love it deserves. And I feel like it's being carried by the fucking devs, basically, you know, on their backs. Because that game, like what they've teased at, what they've hinted at, even just the main characters being main characters and not like just fucking, you know, self-inserts and shit, it could be so much better and stuff. Now, yes, ZZZ could be so much better without MiHoYo, but it's also like MiHoYo's giving it a lot of money to even be existing. So it's kind of this weird scenario where it's like good and bad, you know. But I think there's so much that could happen. The 2 biggest negatives. I know this is gonna fucking piss off some people. The goon, the fucking the amount of polygons on the asses and on everything. How do you make a robot have jiggle physics? It doesn't make sense, you know? That is a bit excessive. That is a push away for more of a general gacha player who's like interested gacha. Because I was like, oh, I'm interested in ZZZ. But I was just like, man, I can't play that fucking game. If playing that game makes me feel like weird, you know? Like if I got into it, I'm like, I can't play that game. But the story can just the back end of that story just looks so fucking interesting. Star Rail, another one that got fucking wasted. Star Rail is the interconnection of that core spiderweb interconnecting every fucking other game they have ever made in MiHoYo, and they are of Hoyo games and shit, and they have just done the shittiest fucking job. They could totally have done, like, it's been out for so long now. They should have connected everything together. You know, that is that game that connects fucking ZZZ to Genshin Impact to Honkai Impact 3rd, and they could have done such a good fucking connection. They fucked it up. But that's just my hot take. I don't even literally. I've never played any MiHoYo game except for Honkai Impact 3rd for like a fucking month or two. But I have watched all the stories on them. I've watched fucking summaries for the stories and everything, and it's so fucking disappointing with how they've taken the story, or like not how they've taken the story. It's just the lore, how they've executed the story. I would say in most MiHoYo games has been dog shit, but the lore behind them is probably one of the most interesting I've ever seen ever. And they could take it so far, and they've just refused to do so, or they have dipshits running the story.
Like Wuthering Waves or Neverness, those games looks a little bit, they're very casual oriented, really.
I still need to play NTE. I haven't played NTE yet.
Isn't so much technicality for you to understand of the operators or the units that you use over there. Just push together 4 good teams, let the auto attack happens, well, in this case in the form of HSR, and then just swim with it. You know, you don't really have to engage so much with understanding why the units work. Of course, if you want to, you can, but it's not that high of a level per se. And as a result, like, because these games feel more approachable, they just have a naturally bigger player base.
I don't know, honestly. I mean, like, I don't know. I felt like I'm not going to sit here and go, my game's harder than your game, even though I've never played your game. I don't know. I'm not going to say my character interactions are more interesting than your character interactions because I've never played your game. I don't know. If you follow a fucking guide on any character build in any game, you're chilling.
So, yeah, I just find that that is the dynamic, the feel of these games right now. I'm going to read some of the other comments that these people have put forth as well. This is why I had to stop playing AK. I was too tired from work, never had the time to read events, they just kept piling up. I had to skip entire chapters just to get into materials for new operators. Made you so sad, you wish you had more free time. I've always felt like, for such people, like I'm reading the story after I done the
We're going to take a 1-second pause here. My fucking Domino's is here, so I'm going to go grab it. Give me like a minute, all right? I'll be right back. Just got our Domino's. We just got our Domino's. We just got our Domino's. I'm fucking hungry. No, it's not pizza, actually, Carol. You're wrong. It's actually, what the fuck did I order, actually? What the fuck? A brownie. Mmm, it's delicious. It's a cookie brownie. I also ordered pasta. Let's get back to it. Brownies are good. But yeah, let's get back to it. Lukewarm take, the factory and Enfield being so linked to progression only makes it less spiritual compared to other gacha games. Yeah. Yeah. I would say like right now, I can see the cracks in the progression. Most games usually provide a skip. Problem is like in Genshin Impact, you just want to skip the story. You just click skip in the top right. But in Enfield, you skip through the story, let's say, because you're just trying to get to like 2.0. So you're skipping in the top right, and then you gotta do factory. That's not bad. That's not bad. You have to do factory. However, factory means you have to go place all your lines down. You have to go set up the fucking drills everywhere. Oh, wait, you don't have the tiers, which means skip. I'm wrong. I meant Wuwa. Sorry, Telos. I meant Wuwa on that one. But I don't know why the fuck I said that, even though the meme about Genshin is there's no fucking skip. Anyways, you gotta go set up the fucking telephone poles everywhere, basically. Hook up the power, set the drills down, your world level, because you didn't explore. You just like, I'm just gonna burst through the story. I'm not gonna explore. Well, you didn't explore. Your world level's not high enough, which means your drills are not drilling enough resources for the blueprints that are being based off of. Most of the blueprints you see online are based off of if you have your zones maxed, like if you have the resources are being provided at max level, like for all that shit, it's then you got issues like that, so your fucking factory just shuts off because it doesn't provide enough resources. So that's the issue. That's a crack I can see that can come in the future that I think, I'll be honest, I think Hypergraph sees as well. They're going to address it. I see them addressing it in the future. It's a very obvious. Anyone that spends 5 minutes thinking about it can see that the factory is going to cause issues in the future. Well, not the factory. The things that are linked to the factory is what's going to cause issues. Now, at the end of the day, does that mean you should remove the factory? Fuck no. The factory is literally 50% of the fucking game. Do not fucking remove the factory. Just make it interactable a little bit easier, or add less things that are locked behind it or locked before it and stuff. And then also, yes, Enfield Factory's progression is completely different than other fucking factory progressions. It's completely different. But yeah, factory integration. And we'll see. Maybe they'll start progressing the story later on, and like after Wuling the factory will be more of a side thing. Like you'll have two separate side stories, like a main story, and then you have this factory story. But we'll see. This is a worry that could be in the future. I'm not going to be the boy who cries wolf right now. Now, when everything fucking breaks, but
the game and the chapters. I understand that the problem with AK is sometimes the boss spoils the story because you see who is featured. Since
you know who spoils the story? Fucking Hypergriff line spoils the fucking story. Fucking Light Zong spoils the fucking story. What the fuck was that live stream for 1.3 where they spent the last like 5 to 10 minutes just going, here's the entire story of 1.4, even though 1.3 hasn't come out yet. Fuck you. Like, what the fuck? I stop doing that. Stop doing it. I know. I stop doing it. Gosh darn it.
They are related.
Just show teases. Just show teases. You don't need to fucking go crazy.
And that's why people want to read before they actually play the stages. So it's a little bit of an issue. But yeah, for me, I've never been bothered by spoilers because I don't believe.
I mean, well, let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be honest here. Arknights also spoils their stories. They do. You know, if you watch the CN 7th anniversary live stream, spoiler warning, spoiler warning, spoiler warning. Don't fucking if I'm about to spoil something, so don't fucking say it, like take your fucking headset off. I'm about to spoil something. Galaxy comes back. That's a fucking spoiler. That's huge. That's fucking huge. Insane. And then also the character, you know, the alter version and stuff like that. Closure's playable. You know, huge spoilers. She's gonna be involved in the story. So it's not like Hypergriff's only doing it on Enfield. They're doing it in Arknights as well.
In the idea that knowing who dies or who becomes a villain is the be-all end-all of your story reading experience. To me, the great thing about AK's story is the process of why they are who they are. That is a lot more interesting. Because I could kind of say this, making a villain or making a death can be the cheapest thing that you ever do. Right? We could say that about Nephrith in AK, right? But if you give them...
She's not dead, though. Nephrith isn't dead. I have not finished Stronghold or gotten all the medals yet, but I don't want to play Stronghold. I love Stronghold. It's amazing, but I don't want to play it right now. Anyways, keep going.
Substance, you give them a good background of, you know, how they come to be who they are. That, I think, is a lot better for you to discover. So, yeah, as someone who started AK after Enfield, it hurts too much. Like, what do you mean the banners and event durations are short, and you're always out of LMD? No, I need to make a whole separate video about this. These people need to take a chill.
He's farming Twitter. Stop this man. He's fucking farming Twitter. God, I wish I could farm Twitter. I need to make a Twitter account right fucking now. I'm gonna make a fucking Twitter account, and we're gonna spend the entire fucking stream making YouTube videos of just me talking about fucking Twitter posts that will have like one fucking like. Oh my god. Huge spoiler, but what can gacha games do to pitching their products to masses, lol? I mean, they can hint at it. And also, the problem is most of the time, gacha games will base, like, to their investors or whatever, they'll be like, we had a fuck ton of players and a fuck ton of income on the first week. The first couple days is really the big hitter and stuff like that, which sucks. Usually, dude, oh my god, when Destiny 1, when Vault of Glass dropped, most people weren't really fucking dicking around on YouTube. There wasn't a thing, it wasn't a thing. You were playing the game, you weren't watching YouTube. So no one really knew about it and stuff. And then you were exploring Venus, and you just watched this team of 6 just stepping on pads doing an event. You're like, what is that? I want to be a part of that. And then you go do it. You help them. And there's like fucking 16 of us doing the first stage of VOG on the pads, opening up the main door to Vault of Glass. And then the 6 of them go into it, and then you can't go any farther, and you're like, what is that? What is that? I want to do that. I want to be a part of that. That shit was so much fun. That shit was, oh my god, they need to remaster Destiny 1. They need to go back and play Destiny 1. Oh my gosh. But, you know, it's hard, yes, but they shouldn't spoil the story. There's so much stuff they can spoil other than the story. And let's be all honest. Let's be honest. EN can't fucking read. I know most of you don't read the story. You watch a YouTube video on it.
Chill. You don't need to have level 90 people. You don't need to have, like, E2 everything at the start of the game. You know, enjoy the game at your own pace. You need to feel what AK feels like. Learn the basics before you start smashing everything.
Don't learn the basics. Get the best fucking characters. Get Wizardel. Blow through the fucking game. And then make a Twitter post saying the game is too fucking easy. Fuck everybody.
With your Wizardel and your Tragonia. Yeah. Okay, the replies are getting very stranger as things go.
I know about Destiny 2. It sucks.
For those of you who's watching this video.
I entertain myself with IS mostly, but yeah, I get the sentiment. What is this? Fucking Dr. P's alt account? I mean, it'd be like, I'm not gonna dunk on Gene here, Art Gene 9, at all, because this person is probably employed, works a fucking rough life to slightly maintain themselves, and then barely gets to enjoy any little happiness they have left, like everyone else that's employed, like me even and stuff. So I'm not going to dunk on this person at all. It's completely understandable wanting to have more, you know, more time to play the game and stuff like that. Because Arknights does feel like you're just constantly hit with content. But you know, there's no. I'm not a game developer. I'm not even a community manager. I don't know what the best option is here. I think what Hypergriff is doing now is probably the best option for them and the community as a whole because they're constantly producing content. You're either doing a rerun event, or you're doing a main event, or you're doing a fucking game mode event, or you're doing CC, or you're doing the new IS, or you're doing RA2 or RA3, or you know, like more content, you know. But you know, maybe just you know, it's hard. It's FOMO. FOMO sucks. Everyone has one game that they go through that is their FOMO, and they just are they're stuck to that game like stripes on a tiger. They can't get away from it, and they hate the fact that they're stuck playing this game, and they want to get away from it, but their FOMO keeps them at it. And eventually, after 6-10 years, they get away from it, and they're like, "I'm free," and then it never happens again. They've overcome their FOMO, and you know, some people it's Arknights, some people it's Destiny, some people it's others, and it just happens. It sucks, you know. Everyone, it's a mandatory thing if you play video games that you, especially now in this day and age, every person that plays video games eventually has that game that has them locked in by the throat. You know, that FOMO experience that they can never get away from, but they just want to play more, but they don't have the time to play more. And it's just they're stuck. They're stuck, and eventually, you know, they'll get away from it. It'll just happen. So, yeah.
There's no reason to. You are no AK White Knight. I am not an AK White Knight. Okay? We all are just here to enjoy AK. And I'm here to also just
I'm white.
Feel for the people who feel like they don't have the time to play AK. You know? Yeah. It's very interesting, right? Like some of us love AK more than Enfield, but you're looking at a crew of people who enjoys Enfield more than AK. And I think that's perfectly fine. You know? That Enfield really can appeal to a category of audience. The fact that things feel a little bit easier for you to do. Like building units in Enfield, also so much easier than AK. Like the fact that I'm already at level 80 every character, all the skills already built up to level 9, that I can't do in AK.
I mean, that's 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 probably because, you know, there's not a lot of characters to come out yet, you know. It's the beginning of the game, like always. Like I actually literally am just doing the same exact thing right now. He mentioned that. I'm doing the same exact thing. All my characters, I'm getting level 80. All their skills, I'm getting level 9. And all their weapons, I'm getting up. And I'm building all their gear as well. And I'm doing that right now in Enfield for preparation to CC. But I can do that right now because A, there's nothing fucking else to do. But B, there's not a lot of characters out right now. So it's a bit easier. And once you catch up, once you get all your characters to that, all you really need, you just need them at level 80, skill level 9. You don't need that skill level 12. You don't need that fucking, what is it, 190? I don't even know. You know, just get to comfy level, you know? Arknights pumps out 6 stars so fast, there's no way a regular player can build everyone. I mean, yeah, but let's be honest. Who here is a regular player? If you're watching me live right now, you are not a regular player. You're not.
And yeah, I think it's just a good thing that Enfield is just offering that different sort of stuff. At the end of the day, they are still two very fundamentally different games, right? 3D action RPG, you have 2D tower defense real time, but still at the end of the day, pick your poison, I suppose. Like pick what you enjoy and just play it as it is, you know. Figure out what works with your time. We are all much older people nowadays, and it's not easy for us to play games as and when that we want. If you feel like you need to take a break from playing a game, take as long as a break as you need. It could be a few days, it could be weeks, it could be months.
It could be years.
Just come back into it when you are ready. The game will always be there for you to play. Whether it's AK, whether it's Enfield, there's always going to be things for you to look forward to. You don't have to feel like you're lost out. Games shouldn't run your whole life.
Exactly. Arknights has been around for almost 7 years. It's going to be around for a couple more, all right? You're chilling. You're chilling. You're chilling small.
So that's that. I'm saying that while being someone who plays IS almost every single day off stream. Alright, hope you enjoyed this video. See you in another one. Bye.
That was a really good video. That was a really good video. I already gave it a thumbs up. That was a good video. Like I said. There's a video. It's in the chat. This video, I watched like the first minute of it and it resonated with me very well. And so I wanted to talk about it because, you know, if you're employed, if you play more than one gacha game, you really don't. I don't know how those people play like 6 gacha games at a time. That shit's insane to me. I can barely play even 2. So I think it's a really good thing just to talk about. Watch St. Tontas's 1.3 video. Okay, let's see. Let me read the chat first before I fucking see in the chat. Not everyone understands the situation of being in the workforce and feeling burnt out for the day. For example, someone bringing social media like using them as hypocrisy. If you can check Twitter, you can play Arknights. There's a difference between actively engaging something and just troll. Yeah. Yeah, unemployment for the win. Like, it's just employment's fucking brutal, man. It is. It is brutal. But yeah, this was a really good video. I really wanted to talk about this. I'm not watching St. Tas's video on 1.3. I already have my own opinion of it. I don't need to get someone else's opinion of 1.3. Anyways, let's play the game. It's time to play the game. All right. And by playing the game, I mean reading. Because did you really think this is a tower defense or a reading simulator? Exactly. I can't. I'm not fucking polling. We're saving our fucking polls. Yesn't. Come on, one cheeky 10. I don't even have 10. You want to? That's what I have. I'm broke as fuck, dude. I'm a poor. I've been doing my dailies. I'm just a poor. I can't even do a 10 pull. I could do like a fucking 5 pull. That is homeless. Holy shit. Get fucked. Hold on a second. The puppy downstairs is crashing the fuck out. I will be 1 fucking second. You got more than I bro, seeing my pull count after knowing Monster Rank level turn hurts physically, bro. I gotta skip the Monster Hunter. I gotta skip the Monster Hunter, man. I do. I have to. I'll be honest, there's been like if I to be real, there's been some absolute banger videos coming out. Like realistically for Arknights, like opinion pieces and stuff like that. Especially from Cookie. Cookie's been fucking cooking with the opinion pieces and stuff. And then like, dude, even Supa posted some videos about Enfield as well. Like, some bangers. A scathing critique of Arknights Enfield 1.2 main story. Like, dude, there's people cooking. There's people some cooking in these fucking videos. Like, if I pull Cookie real quick, like he's playing Stronghold right now and stuff like that. Let's see here. I can't believe they let him fucking play CC and Enfield. This shit's insane. Anyways, I think we do the story. We do a walk in the dust. We walk in the dust. There's a lot of new people there's a lot of new people I've seen come to Arknights from Enfield, which is very cool. I mean, that's how I came to Arknights, is coming up on Enfield. I was like, well, I want to... Cal said, shut the fuck up. I swear to... Okay. But like, yeah, like I started playing Arknights in preparation for Enfield. The Limbus collab? Yeah, the Limbus collab as well. Modern day at 3:32 p.m. Clear skies, central Sargon, Ibit region, nameless town. Oh, it's this fucking place again. Heavy rain. You want to come with? You should know that you were just another suspicious character to us. Oh, we've come full circle. Okay. Okay. Have you inspected your teammates yet? I'm going to be eating and talking at the same time, so sorry. Heavy rain. Everything's normal there, but I don't trust you. Yes, very well said. Of course I'm not to be trusted. What exactly is your objective? My objective is to find out what my objective actually is. What the fuck? What the fuck? Do you remember what happened? I forget everything that happened in Arknight's story if I drop in a week. Well, I do. Do you know that the last Lord Emir of Ibit died in a fire? Interesting. That was a few years ago. The current Lord Emir is his son, and that whole thing caused quite a ruckus in Ibit. I had to find myself a new fairy godmother right away thanks to that fire. It took me months to get used to the work there. Huge pain in the butt. Sorry, I'm fucking snacking. Right, exactly. He was my very last prey. I did all the preparation, laid out my trap, but there's no prey to hunt. I have nothing to do except to lounge around. You killed Lord Emir? The Sargon army will find you. Wait, hold on. What do you even want telling us about this? I shouldn't expect any less from one who frequents the black markets. That's right, there is no one who knows I have to do with his death, aside from you and me. As for the Sargon army, we live in different times now. The ruling Padishas simply care not about what is happening here in this barren wasteland. My guess is that it matters not to them whether it's the father or the son that's in charge. Actually, to tell the truth, it hardly matters to me either. I sought his death and nothing else. It was rather a simple request. What are you after anyway? Revenge. For what? I'm afraid it's a rather boring answer, so I don't like to share it. If I have to venture a guess, more than half of the men in this world would like to take revenge against something, be it their enemies, a city, or even the world itself. The past 20 years, that is all I've been doing. Delicious. My power, my status, my riches, all of them come second, and should the need arise, I will cast them all aside. Or perhaps I could give them to this Rhodes Island. It's quite the bargain, wouldn't you agree? Oh, looks like you are still not convinced, young lady. You were quite cautious. I suppose you were a soldier. From Sargon, perhaps. None of your business. What about you, young Bridge? Or should I call you by the name you go by now? Sessa. Sessa, we can't trust him. You're hiding something pretty important, aren't you, now? Oh yes, right, now forgetful of me. You claim to be a medical corporation that treats the infected very well. It's a fairly tall tale, but I will accept it for the moment. I am an infected, my fortunes are no less impressive than the Lord Emir's riches, and I am well connected and hold some sway, enough for me to bring Lord Emir to his downfall. I will trade all of it for a chance to be cured. What do you say? You're mad. I find myself thinking the same quite often. But there is not a single person who walks these lands and wishes not to live. Is it not reasonable for me to want to cast all this aside just for a chance to be cured? Nah, I don't think that's what Heavy Rain's trying to say. You don't even seem to care that you're infected. What is it that you want at Rhodes Island? Probably Calcit. Very well. There isn't much time left, so let us stop beating around the bush. I'm looking for Calcit. I fucking knew it. Like, bro, what the fuck? That shit was fucking obvious. He did not. I mean, you know, how many years has it been since he was a kid? You know, the last version of him to now is rough. He's been through fucking hell. I'm opening my pasta. Give me a second. Oh my god, it looks so good. Perhaps she will impart on me some invaluable advice. Perhaps she will show me a new way forward. Yet it's even more likely that she won't lift a finger, merely passing the decision back to me. That too is fine. Once I eliminate every last person involved in that incident years ago, there will be nothing more to tie me to this place. I am beyond anxious to leave this forsaken land behind. I need a fresh start, and who could blame me for seizing the opportunity if the shadows of the past so happen to be standing right there? What's your relationship with Dr. Calcit? It's a long story. Dude, I swear to God, don't fucking tell me the story. I owe her my life. I'm very thankful to her. This I say from the bottom of my heart. The decision isn't ours to make. 3 years ago, the Lord Emir of Ibit perished in a fire during his travels. Fire consumed an entire town, and soon after, his son set off a rebellion, vying for the throne against many other contenders. That's your doing, eh? Precisely, just as I said. Why? All trivial matters of a bygone era. The family had a tragic, rocky relationship to the start, and I only played a very minor role. Why do you want to know? I'm looking for clues. Thanks to you, I gotta call it quits with my investigation in the Ibit region. Clues? Perhaps this is an opportunity for me to earn your trust. Tell me what it is you are looking for. Perhaps I will be of assistance. I'm looking for someone, the director of a Colombian military experiment. Oh, look at that. You found him. Look at that. Holy shit. You're investigating a Colombian company. May I ask why? Because the person I respected the most died in the most laughable accident ever. And what if it was actually an accident? Even if it was just an accident, I gotta know the truth. I mean, this couldn't have been the reason those guys rose to the ranks on top of my brother's death. Sessa. I know it's my own personal issue, but this chance doesn't come often. Don't you agree, Sand Soldier? Pardon me. Where was I? Everyone needs a revenge of some kind. Targets can be big or small, and grudges can run deep or shallow, but revenge is an eternal motif to every living person out there. If you permit me to undergo treatment in Rhodes Island, I can investigate this matter for you. Of course, the deals we talked about still stand. Even if you have 10 times the cargo sitting outside, I have a way to take care of it all. There'll be no trace left of it, and you'll find the price very attractive. It's a bargain for a pharmaceutical company. Sessa, sorry, but we can't let your personal problems be somebody else's bargaining chip. Of course I know that, but Right, I almost forgot. It seems I've been rather forgetful of late. I never thought much of old Easton's prophecy to begin with. However, thinking back, perhaps the prophecy itself was a means of negotiation and communication. Prophecy. Mere mortals never find themselves on equal footing with the time itself. Originium arts may have many convenient uses, but that is one thing you could never achieve with arts. A prophecy. Alas, old Easton passed away long ago. I only hope that she remembers this promise. Did she perhaps give you a gold coin? An old Sargon gold coin? Heavy rain, Sessa, we got a situation here. Calm down, what's up? There's some sketchy looking teams approaching the town. Let me remind you that they are not friendly. They're closing in quick. We can still get out of here without a fight if we make a run for it now. Take our time, we won't be so lucky. 15 minutes, that's all we have, Captain, Lieutenant. Hurry. Your buddies? Of course not. I'm a lone wolf, no one to turn to. Unlike machines, humans cannot be trusted. That being said, they're most likely here for me. And this is part of your plan, isn't it? You can help me escape, or we can fend off these unyielding assassins together. What do you say? What should we do? The ball is in your court. Son of, Last question then. Why did you burn down the town if you were after the Lord Emir? You had no reason to drag all those people into the mess. You even gave the townspeople the time to evacuate. Did you just want to ruin the town? Everyone was miles away from your turf. What were you after exactly? Is my objective really so important? I'm making sure you're not a warmonger or downright nuts. I mean, like, most people we employ in fucking Rhodes Island is fucking psychotic, but alright. You have a point, but I am afraid you wouldn't understand. All I burned down was my past. Is that your revenge? No. It was a long overdue cremation, nothing more. Oh, is this fucking teacher? I swear if you don't you do this. Oh, thank God. I love not being faked out.
Why does this suit of armor feel like it's gotten
I
tighter?
want to just play with
Especially
you
around the
today.
waist.
You're gonna just speed this up.
Thankfully, my gun still feels the same as it ever has.
Walk through. Walk through. Beautiful.
My name has ALOT. In time, I'll find the right place for myself.
Oh, fuck it.
I shall ensure the integrity of the law.
This is gonna be so low threat, so we could just fuck around here, you know? Oh my gosh! You, here.
It is the fury of the Forsaken.
What the fuck? No, we're not playing this game.
With all of you behind me.
Annihilation is the most common result.
My
You
old
go home.
methods still work.
Oh, we forgot about aerial shit. Hold on a
ちょっと言
second.
いにくいんだけど、私 drawing the bead on the target.
Easy now. That's rude. You know that. We're on 2 times. I'm still waiting. What are you calling in? Oh, he's calling in drones. Interesting. All right, I don't want to play with you anymore.
I should try adding a jet engine next time.
We'll add a healer here.
I can handle this.
Bring people the suffering of the deceased.
What? High voltage barrage! An in position target eliminated.
Dark Lord dropped Pix to here. What is Pix playing right now, actually? He's doing chapter 14, right? He's doing chapter 14. He should be doing chapter 14. I dropped by for a bit to watch. And then I
Those will be your
should
last
be doing
ones.
chapter 14.
The treatment will be done
Ridiculous.
in no time.
I'm using broken units. I'm gonna get bored of this game. I love her fit, dude. It's so cool.
My
I
old
love her.
methods still work.
Boom.
Mission accomplished.
And then we have the after story. You know, we have the before story. We have the after story. Each of them are pretty long as well. Sometimes they're both really long. 22 years ago, which means this man is probably in his 30s, right? Central Sargon. Yeah, okay, we don't know what this is. This is kid version of him. Okay, so he's probably like 18 here, 17. Oh, he's almost 40. He might be in his 40s. He's old. He's almost dead. He's almost dead. Are we there yet? How far away is it? God damn it, she's so fucking hot in that outfit. I love that outfit. Oh, give me that fucking outfit. I need it. If you're tired, we can stop here. Drop the tough act. It has been 7 hours and 14 minutes since our transport was wrecked in the ambush. Considering your physique and age, you've held up pretty well. He has different colored eyes. I just noticed that. No need. Let's keep going. We need to get out of here as soon as we can. Like an earthquake. Like an earthquake. Where are we? The nearest town to where we are heading. More accurately, it's a settlement formed of several towns that have been drifting in the desert with their hauling equipment. same time, this place covers a large swath of Sargon's no man's land. More than anywhere else, this is the way out for illegal immigrants, bounty hunters, and messengers. Build a wall. Why aren't we going to Minos? I'm still not sure I can trust you any more than those mercenaries. What makes you different? The difference is that you are alive. You already have our next steps figured out, don't you? What are we doing now? We'll look for someone trustworthy to take us out of Egypt. Not legally, of course. Where are we going after that? Lothanian, Bolivar? I wouldn't go to Bolivar after watching that fucking IS-7 video. Fuck that. That shit's terrifying. Before I give you an answer, you must understand that whatever your choice, it doesn't change the fact that you are running away from your problems. You have no way to survive, nowhere to go, and nowhere to run. I fucking love this outfit, dude. I fucking love it. Are you prepared to accept the fact that your old life has already shattered to pieces? Do you understand it? Are you sure you were not just in a daze from this sudden turn of events? Stop acting so high and mighty. If anger gives you a clearer head, I will be going further north, far away enough for you to leave everything in Columbia and Sargon behind. I have to say, you've done very well. Are you mocking me? Much of what you do is rife with immaturity, and you let your emotions get the better of you. If you were a little older, I would indeed make a mockery of you. You are literally a robot, Calcet. I don't want to hear it. Let's go. We need to find someone to introduce us to the black market there. Here. Where do we find someone like that? I don't know yet. There's no stuff. So there's stuff you don't know. I won't deny it, but we'll find them very soon. You understand what the land of Reef Steep means and stands for. You won't have any trouble finding their survivors in the crowds and markets here. They will always help their fellow countrymen. All we have to do is make them believe that's who we are. What's that you're holding? Sargon coins? What can you even do with a few coins? You'll know soon enough. What the fuck? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. The Frenchman has addressed me. The Frenchman has addressed me. Give me a second. Give me a second. Can I like... The Frenchman has addressed me. Miles, my lord, he's been cured. Okay. I'm just saying Miles so the Americans don't understand better than even when their system doesn't make any sense. He's speaking French. What does that mean? What does that mean? Aux Alentour Day 16. What is that? Plug in the aux? Play some 16? Translate. Around 16. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Anyways. Back to our scheduled program. Get lost, Colombian. Ah. Holy fuck, it's a fucking spine. You are right, that is her name. It is Monster. Good thing he knows her name. Where did it come from? Damn it, why? I can't hurt it. What's going on? A monster. A monster's here to kill us. A huge crowd. What's going on? Who's this guy? Bounty hunter from Vauvert. Looks like they're expanding their search area. Quick, follow me. Oh, wait. We came all the way here, but anyone walking down the street could still be a hitman. What's the point of coming? The point is satisfaction. That's exactly why you need to pick up the pace. What I'm saying is that you haven't solved anything. Advisor Halsit. Well, she's an advisor, not a solver, first of all. Second of all, check your fucking attitude, you dumb little fuck. I will leave you here behind, and you can get adopted by some fucking Argonian family. These outfits make us stand out, don't they? Fucking... yeah! Oh! This is just a can of vegetables. Why is it so expensive? Our rugs are famous far and wide. Something wrong with your quality? Impossible. Genuine top-grade earthenware jugs, once used by the Lord Emir 60, down from 60,000, whatever sold. There's a lot of people here. Is this where the market is? Why'd you stop? Being superstitious this time. I'm always superstitious. How rare it has been a long time since Not Santa paid old Ethan a visit. Wait, you're a woman? Do you wish to take a peek at what destiny has laid out before you? Perhaps you are searching for a particular piece of gravel in this sandstorm. Am I correct to assume you were responsible for the ruckus earlier? Old Ethan can tell, dear traveler. You are in a hurry and trouble follows you in your first footsteps. Old Ethan simply hopes this won't lead any more trouble for Sargon. You are not from Sargon, no, but you carry a great burden. What is he mumbling to himself about? Let's not waste any more time on him. Cal said they'll catch up. Oh, it's a he. Oh. You fraud. What are you still doing here? Scram. You're mucking up our turf. Enough of your tricks. No one's here is going to fall fast. Oh. That is one ugly motherfucker. Oh my god. Oh right, of course. Don't be so violent now. Old Ethan will leave. Old Ethan is leaving. Is your master doing well? Has she taken Old Ethan's advice and pulled out of that deal yet? It will mean nothing but trouble for her. My master, the chief would never listen to you jabbering types in the first place. A lunatic in town could just waltz in and tell us how to do business. Might as well set up a suggestion box. Enough chit-chat. Get out of here. Are you okay? It hurts. Please don't worry. Old Ethan's gotten used to it long ago. Old Ethan cannot save them. Old Ethan cannot get them to come around. Old Ethan can do nothing but watch as they draw ever closer to their destruction day after day. Please accept Old Ethan's apology, but as you can see, Old Ethan is being thrown out of this place. If there is anywhere willing to take in poor Old Ethan, that's where Old Ethan will go. Wait. Old Ethan mustn't. Old Ethan mustn't. Stay out of this. If he doesn't leave, it's going to be on our heads. Just let him go. She's right. Her master calls the shots here, and she mustn't be trifled with. Old Ethan, let Old Ethan leave, kind traveler. Let Old Ethan return to his ice-cold home. Man fucking moves. Holy shit, he was fucking stepping. Why are we wasting our time here on this old common again? Con man. Con. At least you can tell he's old. What do you mean? But you can't imagine how old he is. He looks old as shit. Old as balls, even. Probably like 45. The sun is set long ago, traveler. You are in a hurry, and there are dangers abound. Why waste your time here with Old Ethan? As time goes by, even the greatest Padisha will one day be lost to the sands. His achievements will at that point be crumble, and his subjects will scatter across the lands. From the way you are dressed, you don't seem to be Sargonian. Is this perhaps beginning to a narrative poem? Old Ethan is far too old. Old Ethan has long forgotten the appeal of poetry. We doing this like I don't even know how. But his servants remain ever dedicated to their duties. They guard the unpopulated desert until a new civilization is ready to stand atop its sands. Until the time a new Padisha arrives with the will of Sargon to rebuild those lands. Similar stories happen in all countries in the world, time and again. Catastrophes, diseases, war, there are a great many ways a city can meet its end and to find itself conquered by a new, spirited ruler, thereby repeating the cycle once again. What are they saying? Is this how Sargonian sounds? Holy fuck, it's racist. 150 years ago, before these golden sands were named Ebit, there stood a magnificent city here. Do you remember anything of it? Of course, Old Eastern remembers, the city that disappeared in those great winds. The Padisha at the time gave these lands brimming with sand a name that might seem unfitting for a place in Sargon. Reef Steep. The only thing that remains of is its name, passed down from one generation to the next, with none of them ever laying their eyes on its lush oases. Are you its gatekeeper then? Is there anything Old Eastern can do for you? We want to escape Sargon, leaving no tracks. Old Eastern understands. Whose attention are you trying to avoid? Not even Padisha could know of our whereabouts. Who are you? Please call me Calcit. Calcit, Lady Calcit. As old as Easton gazed upon the sunrise this morning, Old Easton slipped back into my dreams in a trance. In Old Easton's dreams, Old Easton was told there would be a visitor who would reveal these secrets of antiquity with us. You came early. The price is a single gold coin, my fair lady. You deserve it. Just that much? No, not yet. Please hold on to it, my lady. This is a price that you will pay 22 years later. Remember this promise well, for it is worth far more than this gold coin. You have lived in Sargon in its current form for the past 100 years. I suppose not a single moment has gone by where you didn't look back and reminisce in your homeland. You are correct, my lady, but today is different. You opened the door for us. Stranger Sargonian. Oh my god, look at those thighs! A Walk in the Dust has 184,000 characters. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you, A Walk in the Dust? What are you... Who's your master? 33,000 words. Let's go. Who is your master? What's Arknights about? Arknights is about
大丈夫。私の頭上の蛍光灯が進むべき道を照らし出してくれ
there
るから。
being a light in the dark, but also learning how to read. And then it's apparently a tower defense, but also a sandbox. And there's always content, and you'll always be behind. And there's a Frenchman that goons for these characters. And there's an Italian man who everyone hates. And that's Arknights. What the fuck am I supposed to do here? Okay, well, you fucking kill those guys. Holy fuck! I forgot they had rocket launchers.
This is the position, right? I'm listening.
Well, that's depressing. Alright, you go here. No. I want you here.
Prayers are unnecessary.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Bring deep of the suffering of the deceased.
Too easy.
My knife.
There you go. That sucks.
Good timing.
Oh, I got fucking glass. That's so depressing. We can speed this up.
Those will be your last words.
Destruction is the most naive behavior.
Stay calm. Out of my home.
No.
Oh,
There.
I should try adding a jet engine next time.
Oh my
Go
god.
ahead. Target eliminated.
Woo! She almost died there.
It's fine, as long as I can muster up the courage.
Okay, we'll put you here.
念のためもう一回聞くけど。
Yeah, yeah. Say hi, say hi.
ペルスディオボーレント。
More reading. I'll put you here.
Complete my assignment.
As long as I can stay calm. It's a bit tricky, but
The Tempest must wipe
Cowards break the silence first.
those will be your last words.
No reading.
Oh my god.
Dude, that second brownie, ooh, it's hurting. It's hurting. I shouldn't have not have had a second brownie. Whew. I can't do that shit no more. Chocolate, man, I'm like a dog. It kills me. Oh, WD7. Not to be confused with WD 40 or 30 or 50. Is there W30? There's just like a 40. Well, I know there's a 50. Wait. Has chapter 16 come out yet, or is chapter 16? Which chapter 17 is the one they showed off, right, in the CN anniversary? Am I correct on that? Oh. Oh my god, my body is hurting. Wow. Oh! That's an interesting feature. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, you guys can't see it. If you highlight over this, it says it's going to take about 44 hours and 43 minutes just to read to the main story. It takes 167 fucking hours for event stories. What the fuck? All right. All right. You know, just a couple. I hate talking. No. Central Sargon, Ebed region, town of Reef Steep, surroundings. Oh, this is really nice. Oh my God, she's so fucking hot. An abandoned courtyard. Is this where you live? A few years ago, a merchant built the magnificent courtyard before you, but he disappeared without a trace during a business trip. To this day, no one knows whether he met his fate in a natural catastrophe or a man-made tragedy. But whichever the case, this courtyard has become a place of refuge for those of us with nowhere to go. Old Easton brought 2 new faces with him. She doesn't seem all that poor going by her looks. We need to be careful. Let's head back inside. We shouldn't pry into Old Easton's secrets. What's this courtyard called? The Sleeping Sargon. That's what all those without a home have come to call this place. Just like our fallen homeland, my lady, we sleep on the most extravagant corpse you can find in the whole world. I'm enjoying my food. Please stay the night and wait until sunrise. Only then we can leave for the heart of Reef Steep. The land encircled by reefs, precisely right in the center of the Sea of Sands. The Badisha and Lord Amir chose to rebuild their city somewhere with far richer resources, leaving it a forgotten ruin, a land of lawlessness. Be that as it may, those who once lived in that city as well as their descendants, leaving that place behind is easier said than done. You can hire underground messengers to do your bidding there. They will create fake identities for you and help you leave Sargon territory. However, your destination is quite some distance away. Old Easton cannot guarantee you will arrive in one piece. How's Elliot doing? He's asleep, but is safe here. You can care for him more than Old Easton can imagine you would. It is proof of your kindness. He's not going to be happy if he catches you saying that. Old Easton can see it, the anger lurking in him. I thought you'd have met plenty of people like him. Civil unrest and skirmishes happen often in Sargon, after all. The world may think there are many brave men with a lust for revenge, but there isn't. Most merely drown in their hatred, their rationality quashed by their anger. I can save him this once, and only this once. Yes, Old Easton understands. His fate lies elsewhere, but his fate is bound to that gold coin of yours. Why 22 years? Arts cannot give us so-called prophecies, and no mere mortal can manipulate time. Time is the mother of all fates. All Oleasin likes to do is wager against time. So you mean, what's wrong? This motherfucker though. Ah, what beautiful creature. Oleasin can tell the two of you depend on one another. Oleasin can tell it is your partner. Two of you have traveled a long, long journey together. Let's go, monster. Let's go see them. You communicate. Your hearts are connected. Dude, imagine an anime title. Help, my spine is turned into an anime girl. That would be like a fucking crazy title. Help, my wife's spine has turned into an anime girl, and my ex-wife killed my wife. The anime. Oleasin can feel that you have complete trust in this creature, as though it is your own and only friend. Yet you traveled on your long, arduous journey with no one but this beautiful creature. Lady, isn't this glory of yours replete? What the fuck? Replete with nothing but loneliness. Crown Slayer. Crown Slayer. Holy shit, your name is actually Lumia. That's so fucking goated, actually. That's an insane fucking goated fucking name. Hell yeah. W. Seeing this again, knowing everything makes me impressed as Vision. Fucking, yeah. Loneliness doesn't affect my responsibilities in any way. Seems we've got company. I'll go take care of them. Please stay here. Take care of Elliot. Of course, Oleasin has always ways to hide after all. Oleasin has been hiding for far too long. Where's Calcit? Enemies are abound. She's fending them off with her trusted partner. You mean that weird creature? Why are you looking to the distance like that? Are you worried about her? No, Oleasin is not worried. She is a tenacious spirit. Oleasin thinks not even death can stop her in her tracks. That's why Oleasin respects her. Oleasin has a question for her. What do you want to ask her? For the past 100 years, Oleasin has had the same dream again and again. In those dreams, there stands a magnificent city among the gold sands. The city moves, and the sky seen from its towers is purer and clearer than ever. The young Pasha stands next to Oleasin, and there is always a vast, empty swath of land before our eyes. The young Padisha would always begin to recount to Oleasin. Yet Oleasin is too old. Oleasin forgets. Oleasin's crimes are unforgivable. He's talking to himself again. Oleasin has always sought this answer. Oleasin has been waiting for someone who knows of the city and its glory. All those who had to do with the city yet live in the dream. Some have forgotten, but a great many of us still look back fondly on our homeland. We built this city with our... We built this city. We built this city. Okay. We built this city with our own hands under the Padisha's leadership. A great city. Even if catastrophe bring it to ruins, that city is the true beginning of the land of Reef Steep. The Sargonians of Ibit must never forget anything about Reef Steep. Yet Oleasin has forgotten. Oleasin is unforgivable. You've been waiting for someone to tell you what you've forgotten in your dreams. The old fortune teller turns around, his smell ever rotten, his facial features are strange, and his bare fingers certainly do not resemble his actual age. Old Easton smiles happily. That's what I think it is. Oh my god! It's a roar! It's this guy! What's up? You're the leader of those squads. I remember you. Dude, these sarcasm mercenaries are so fucking goated with the sauce. Apparently there's some drama. Happening on the internet, specifically Twitter, about fucking, oh my god, I forget her name. Mifu. About Mifu. Apparently there's some Mifu drama, whether she's actually a sarcasm or not. It's been mildly entertaining to see people take screenshots of Twitter and then post it in the Reddit, and then see someone post that on YouTube in the screenshot from Reddit. It's they're arguing about whether Mifu is actually a sarcasm or not. It's the dumbest fucking drama, but already mainstream gotcha content creators have already got involved in it, and I thought it's so fucking funny to me. I was like, this is stupid. Why are you guys getting involved? But anyways, continuing. How did you find us, Colombian? Sarcasm. I'm not from Colombia, dude. It's so fucking racist. Like, you American. Where's sarcasm even supposed to be? Like, you Filipino. Sarcasm, tribal dialect. Okay. What's going on? Are you trying to control my mind? Fire, stop her arts. Start. What's happening? What? Not even the highest grade arrows could harm that monster. We don't have enough info to work with. She seems to be a caster. Be careful. Actually, she's a healer, first of all. Sarkaz, the Lord Emir of Ibit hired you, didn't he? You think I'm about to tell you? No, the Ibiti, Lord Emir, has a deep personal grudge against Victoria. I only got a brief glimpse, so it's possible I'm mistaken, but the arrows just now were indeed Victorian. Looks like your real employer, the current Padisha Murad, is far more crafty than I expected. A patient ruler, fanning the flames between the different forces without a care in the world. Perhaps he anticipated the plans of the Colombians and the local Lords Emir all along. You know about the Badisha, and you still dare come to Sargon? I'll never know what's going on in Colombia. You Colombian's head! What, you got an Originum in your brain? You got Originum in your brain? Padisha Murad wants just the box, nothing else. Give it to us, and all of us get to leave this place alive. You haven't destroyed it, have you? Only because it is mine. You're a stubborn one. The Ibiti Lord Emir's self-righteousness earned him the Badisha's anger, and I have no idea who hired those Colombian mercenaries, but I can at least tell you they won't be putting up a fight anymore. This pointless war is coming to an end soon. Padisha Murad gave us the authority to bring all this to an end. If that were the case, why would an almighty Sargon Padisha hire mercenaries to do his bidding here instead of sending his personal guards? This has gotten way too much to do with Colombia, after all. But none of that matters to you and me right now. You got a decision to make here, Operations Advisor. All you gotta know is that there's no one coming to save you in this desert. Watch out for that creature. No idea what it actually is, but it's gonna be tricky to take down. What the fuck is that thing? Like, yes, it's the spine, but like, really? You? No, it can't be. This isn't just normal arts. Devil speak. You're a Colombian. How? Enough. Talk to us in Victorian or Sargonian, or else we'll shoot. Are you from Kazdel? Kazdel? Just a bedtime. Oh, he doesn't know about. He's a dumb bitch. He doesn't know about Casdell. Just a bedtime story for kids. I have no idea what you have to do with sarcasm, but this doesn't change anything about the situation we're in. Be quick with it and hand the box over. All the Badishas want is the tech. This will set off the beginning of the Sargon's destruction. Badisha Murad is not a scientist. He doesn't understand the devastation it can cause. He doesn't need to understand, nor do we. Is Sargon your homeland, Sarkaz? I've lived in Sargon for as long as I can remember. We snuck around in the back alleys and hit our horns, and we lived in the filthiest of places. Picking up arms is the only way we get to eat. It's simple. All of us are practically natural-born infected. Do or die, and that's what drives us. So what are you saying? Only Sarkaz with a firm will can escape the ancient language's influence. The language itself is a kind of Sarkaz witchery. What's the source of your conviction, your mission, or your greed? Well, I gotta admit, your mind trick might actually have worked. I still haven't ordered anyone to open fire. I'm still chit-chatting with you with all the patience in the world, even. All I can see before me is a Sarkaz trying his best to survive using the simplest method he knows. Enough of this crap. I thought you were a Colombian mercenary leader. Stop pussyfooting around. Badisha Murad won't allow any Sarkaz to know his dirtiest secrets. You fought off all the other squads vying for his trophy. You suppose the Lord Zamir's men were not among them, masquerading as mercenaries? Between the exorbitant amounts in taxes and the lives of a few Sarkaz assassins, what do you think Badisha Murad's choice will be? Of course we're aware of that, but if we let you go now, does that mean we'll be raking in even more dough, or our ripathy will be cured right away? Don't get the wrong idea, we live at the Badisha's mercy. We don't have a choice. Perhaps I can give you a choice. You want to turn us against him, and you want us to serve Casdell, a place we haven't so much as seen? Don't make me laugh, Caster. The Sarkaz homeland, there's nothing there but a bunch of ruins. You bookworm types should know better than any of us just how much is left of Casdell. Get the casters ready, focus your fire on that monster. You two will take the bitch down the first opportunity we get. Too bad. Looks like negotiation's not on the table anymore. This isn't even a negotiation. What's this even? Mercy? You're the one who's surrounded right now. Yeah, you're right. You know how to strike fear, but if we don't give the Badisha an answer he's satisfied with by tomorrow, we aren't going to escape death either. Just like I told you, we don't have a choice. Open fire. What's that behind the smoke? Is that the monster? Not even a scratch. You Casdell caster, what are you? You didn't have to be someone else's tool. I want to live. Besides, this is how it's always been. A Sarkaz has no right to dream about the future. Draw your blades. Attack. Oh my god, I have hiccups.
Does this suit of armor feel like it's gotten tighter?
I have hiccups.
Especially around the waist. Thankfully, my gun still feels the same as it ever has.
Hate. It's all you deserve.
Dags att välja vårt byte.
What's she saying? I don't know what she's saying. She's speaking another language.
My knife hasn't dot.
Whoever said a wheelchair couldn't get up onto a steel?
Get out of my home!
Let's speed this up. Can I defend with just these two operators? Let's find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I'm in position. Target disarmed.
The answer is no. I can't defend.
I shall ensure the integrity of the law.
I can handle this.
Don't like that.
念のためもう一回聞くけど、美しき人の世と地
Kill
獄の
them.
場の
Hate. It's all you deserve. Nature should not be.
Destruction is the most naive behavior.
My knife hasn't dot.
At your disposal, you can do this. Here, first step is a deep breath.
What the fuck is that thing? He's dead. But it was creepy. Get out there. Show what's what.
Those will
Oh,
be
he
your
looks
last.
cool. Oh, he's dead.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, more story. More story. More story. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm a little weepy. A little weepy. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. Oh, wait. Hold on. 1 second. This little stinker got into the dog kennel, and the dog was like fucking huge, was just like fucking sleeping on her. Fucking. I could hear meowing in the background. Fuck. He's soaking wet, so I think he peed on her. Fucking either fell in his food bowl, his water bowl, or he fucking peed on her. Why are you so fucking wet, Miss Kitten? Let's keep going. It's like 4,000 words for this part. Central Sargon Ibid region Warzone. It's like 22 minutes of reading, I think. I find myself looking back on those events often during my most difficult times. Whenever I grow tired of striking the iron, whenever I am unsatisfied with inferior materials that result in products less than satisfactory, the events I witnessed that day immediately come to mind. So you took care of all those mercenaries by yourself? No, we planted those weapons beforehand and they self-destructed. Surprised you could bring yourself to actually do it. Didn't you make all those things yourself? What kind of craftsman has lingering affection to their creations? The reason we pour our emotions into our work is to create an even more refined product, not to be tied down by our feelings. So you had it all figured out beforehand, eh? I eliminated all the factors unbeneficial to us. What is wrong about that? The burnt smell stinks. Don't tell me Rhodes-Adling claims to be a pacifist. Though I can certainly tell you two are not. So what did you see that day again? Has either of you personally seen her in combat? Your stream okay? I just reloaded it, sent me back to the beginning. That's weird. Shouldn't have done that. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me verify these accusations. No, seems fine to me. Has either of you personally seen her in combat? As though she had bird eyes view from the sky. Everything was under her control. We're close. Very close. Sarkaz, devils, she won indeed. Old Easton knew this is exactly how it would turn out. Do you have to follow me around? Of course, Lady Calcit asked Old Easton too, until the moment she steps out of Sargon, her wish is Old Easton's command. Is that her over there? The other side of the hills, the smell of originium gunpowder and blood yet lingers in the sandstorm, a phenomenon that has become all but natural to Elliot. A gust of wind blows past, carrying away with it the dust. Under the clear sun, the strange creature's large statue appears, though it is distorting even the sunlight. There, Calcit stands solemnly. He is as calm and quiet as one can be. You could have become a warrior, nameless mercenary, a Sarkaz warrior. My death is for a greater purpose, Caster. You're not going to finish me? Let's see. This monster, I'm more than ready to die. For a few extra scratches, that much to ask for. Enough, monster. He's a dead man with those injuries. Well, first of all, why are you letting him live? First, extra strings, man. Just cut them off. Looks like we saved the Padishas some trouble. Sarkaz, what's your name? Which one? Tell me, Caster, the Kazdel you were talking about. How does it look now? Terrible still. But the Sarkaz are rebuilding their homes. Home? How could us devils less infected possibly have one? I've never left Sargon. The Sarkaz have tried to rebuild Kazdel their home for centuries, though they have never succeeded. Everyone has a different idea as to what the term homeland means, but as it stands right now, Kazdel is perhaps as close as you can get to the term's original meaning. The T-Kaz deserve a home. That does have a nice ring to it. Poor devil, he is gone, no longer with us. You too shouldn't have come. You made quite a ruckus here. Old Easton thinks this place could use some cleaning to avoid catching anyone's attention. You took all of them down by yourself? Okay, you two took down the whole missionary squad. How many of them were there? It was no easy task. I would have been quite a tight spot if they weren't as afraid of monster as they were. Let's pick up the pace. We've already found ourselves in 7 skirmishes since we left Redhorn. And now we have an entire Sarkaz mercenary squad. We'll likely face the Lord Emir's guards next, or the Padishah's elite troops. No matter the case, the more we run, the more fierce our enemies become. Old Easton gets the impression that you didn't want to kill them. You're not wrong. You seem to have special feelings for Sarkaz. Oh, pardon, Old Easton. Old Easton should not have asked. The sun is setting soon, Lady Calcit. We must bury these bodies right away. It looks like their sand buggy will save us quite a bit. We need to be quick. Can knowledge be a means to buy over a person's heart? Elliot has never so much as thought about that. He used to be naive, but he was also gifted, precisely because of this. Of course, he cannot understand why Old Easton would follow everything Calcit says after that exchange of theirs. It is as though he lives in the distant past. He merely gazes at the far end of Sargon's golden sands, waiting for someone to come give him the answer he has always sought. Is knowing what the answer is all that he ever wanted? This is the entrance to the old market. This is the Reef Step town. Yet another Sarkon town. Old Easton knows where the entrance is. The old market is no secret. Anyone has the right to look for that which they want here. Come with Old Easton. Old Easton, I thought you died in the Golden Sands. Old Easton is fortunate enough to survive. Are those two behind you Colombians? Colombians on the run? That box, they've got to be worth some money then. Oh, relax. Why so tense? I'll give you 400 gold coins for that box. Sorry, but it's not for sale. Well, that's too bad. No worries. I'm sure they will have more chances to do business with us, with each other. Isn't that right, old Eason? Oh. Please don't let it get to you, lady. This happens often here. She isn't actually curious about that box. She actually had her mind set on it. We, well, wouldn't be getting much sleep in the future. She opened at 400 coins? This is the Reef Steep Black Market, the vibrant heart of Ebit. How long are we staying here? This will be a long journey. It will take old Eason time to repair. Perhaps 2 weeks? Eason, I'm counting on you. What is this for? Gold coins? Old Eason needs no money at all. Our enemies are still coming after us. We need to get the preparations done as soon as possible. Old Eason understands, but please keep your coins. Old Eason is in no place to take them, and old Eason has much to ask you. Very well, I understand. Feel free to ask me anytime, even now. Thank you, old Eason is far too old. Old Eason has forgotten far too many important things. Alas, most of those who remembers what I wish to know have come and gone. That is why old Eason is looking for clues. Lady, you are young. Normally, old Eason would not hold out hope for those who are your age, but you know of that city, the secrets that disappeared in those great winds long ago. What do you want to remember, old Savra? Old Eason once served a Badisha, the Badisha of the land of Reef Steep. The Badisha sought old Eason as a friend, and would even die for old Eason, an honor old Eason can never truly repay. Yet it has been far too long. Old Eason has forgotten the words of the Badisha. Before old Eason dies, old Eason must remember his words. The disaster that destroyed the city left you directionless. It has been too long, lady. Look, you remember even the catastrophe. The Badisha who ruled Reef Steep doesn't show up in the history books much, but at the very least, the written accounts and the folklores do not mention a Savra of fortune teller. It will probably take some time if you want to figure out who you are. Oh, that's fine. Even you must leave this place behind, and there still is a long wait ahead. Old Eason will patiently await your return. Old Eason dares not to die. Old Eason only asks for you to remember this. I promise you. Please come with Old Eason. Old Eason has come home here. An old dwelling. Isn't this just a normal... Wait, what's this? Pure gold? You buried a whole mountain of pure gold here? These are old Eason's riches, but old Eason has no way to spend them now. Old Eason is glad to finally give them purpose. That's no small sum you have. Has no one gone after your riches before? Old Eason was the Badisha's favorite courtier. Even if old Eason had not been Ben to his name. Oh, had not a bean to his name. Old Eason will always be protected. Old Eason will get started with the preparations now. What do you want to know? Far too much, my lady. But you possess all the answers. It feels pretty empty here. The black market always starts out as a normal underground bazaar. It's a fairly common sight for areas barraged by catastrophes. When nightfall comes, the lights are moved underground. Something's on your mind. I've been on the run with you for a while now, but you're still keeping me in the dark for a lot of things. Like that old Savra with amnesia. Long ago, there used to be a city here. The only nomadic city. Holy. I don't know why I was yawning. The only nomadic city in Ebit's vast territory. The building of a city is a miracle in itself. But before the Reef Steep Badishas, no one had imagined to unite all of Ebit. And the symbol of that unity, that city among the gold sands, that was what inspired everyone to unite under his rule. That era was not that long ago, and I believe there are still a fair amount of people out there wallowing in their homeland's former glory. Unfortunately, it was not meant to last. The city met its fate during catastrophe. Supposedly, after the Badisha had evacuated all his citizens and workers, he simply lamented and lashed out at the gathering storm. Lash out? At the catastrophe? That's how it was recorded in history, at least, but it most likely actually happened. The catastrophe laid waste on the Padisha's grand achievement in a brief moment. In just one night, all its citizens became refugees. They very well could have built a new home together, but with the destruction of the city, everything was left behind in that sandstorm, forgotten. Old Easton was among them. The Lord Zamir and the new Padisha didn't want to spend a huge sum of money to rebuild the city. Thanks to that, their descendants likely had no idea where to begin to rebuild their homeland. This filled them with grief, and this is also why they give all those who still respect the land have received the amount of respect. So is that why they're helping us? Because it's like helping out their countrymen? From the looks of it, we'll get to leave Sargon soon, right? If everything goes well, we should be leaving Sargon territory within the month. And we're looking to go... When we're going to Ursus? That's right. Why? I don't get it. Did you really abandon everything you had in Columbia and came to Sargon just to keep our research from becoming the powder keg that sparks a war? None of you could have possibly foreseen what the chain of events would eventually lead to. And you can. If you really want me to give you an answer, I'll say yes. It would be so much easier for you if you killed me and destroyed the box now, but here you are, letting me hold on to it. Do you want me to do that? No. At first I was really bothered that I was the only survivor, but I don't feel that way anymore. Calcit, if I give you this box now, will you do something for me, for us? You know the Ibiti Lord Amir was dragged into this mess. From Sargon to Columbia, the accomplices of this conspiracy are everywhere. But I still want them to pay the price. See this box? It's my one and only trump card. Once it's destroyed, you'll have nothing. Nothing? Actually, Calcit, ever since the beginning, I've always felt I didn't need this box. I remember all the details and I can replicate our past results. You, of course, I'll take that a long time and there's probably going to be lots of difficult issues, but I think I can do it. If just like you said, there's some kind of way to turn this Originium energy source into a weapon. This is the first time you were looking at me in the eyes, Calcit. The first time you weren't treating me as a kid or someone to be protected, but as a scientist, a Colombian. Perhaps I've been underestimating you because of your age, Elliot. Relax, I won't let these bad guys use the professor's research as they please. I won't. But I will use it to finish one last thing. You don't understand how Professor Thorne's research came to be. I heard him say before that the basis of technology came from a set of ancient ruins the archaeologists found in the Sargasso. And it could provide nomadic cities an entirely new convenience energy source. Oh, is this that fucking box? It's that box? I'll say it again. If misused, because this could easily bury half of Sargon under its golden sands. Well, you were the head of the mercenaries to begin with. You probably have a few other tricks up your sleeve just to be safe, don't you, advisor? Such as taking me out right now, the way you people like to take care of things. Huh. Go back inside. Enough with the tough act, Elliot. The way you are now, you can't make a sensible decision. You should really think about what it is that you want to do carefully. Thank you. This is all that Old Easton wants. You're going so far away. Old Easton won't be going. Old Easton will go nowhere. All right, your call. You got the cash and I got the goods. It's as simple as that. You need any help packing? No need. You must keep my lady's whereabouts a secret. Easton? My lady, their preparations are almost complete. We have medicine, food, water, and a small amount of refined originium ingots. This car here's stolen. It's already been modified about 4 or 5 times by the Vouvier. It's kind of beat up, but that's the only downside to it. Got everything you want in a car. Even got a multi-grenade launcher. I heard you guys are going north. Where to? Sammy, perhaps? Whoa, will you guys actually make it that far? As for your compensation, all pure gold, I ain't giving change, you know. It's a pain in the butt. Just like how we were treated in the old days, old Easton is never stingy when it comes to compensation. Well, thanks. Let's call it a day here, Easton. Very well, my lady. If all goes well, you will be departing on your journey within the next 3 days. Thanian Arts units parts are nice and all. They're such a hassle to use. They're usually pretty rough. The Columbians make much better stuff. I got some new wares here. Originium weapons straight from Minos. Once you place that order, you gotta buy it. What about it don't you understand? How lively, old Easton doesn't hate this place at all. If you have wealth and status here, why roam the streets elsewhere in Ebit? Old Easton wants to help Sargonians. This ideal helps old Easton move forward and helps support his many lifetimes. Compared to the average lifespan of a Savra, you have lived quite a long time. Is this an effect of your Originium arts? Old Easton has forgotten even what his Originium arts could do. Old Easton can fiddle with this Originium crystal ball, but Old Easton does not remember what kind of tricks it conjured up back in those grand radiant days. This is a normal physiology disease. Your brain and body are under the influence of some kind of arts. Lady Calcit, Old Easton thinks that with the reef steep lost to the storm, perhaps there are no more clues to be found anywhere but in the centermost areas of Sargon. Have you been to that fabled Golden City? You mean the capital of Sargon? Though its industrial prowess has been advancing day by day, Sargon's capital has never once opted to relocate its nomadic city. And the winds and the sands ceaselessly beat against Sargon's walls as time goes on and on. Even catastrophes cannot rock Sargon's core. Old Easton thinks what he has forgotten is there. Old Easton can remember everything there. With this place that Old Easton can never reach, only the Padishas and a few lords Emir who were granted the royal privilege may see the city hidden deep within the sandstorms. You said you wanted an answer. Old Easton remembers nothing but a dream. In the dream, amid those boundless hot lands, the army simply charged towards the horizon, devoid of people. All Old Easton remembers of it is that the Iron Heels hoisted a scarlet web and charged toward the southernmost horizons of Sargon. What's up, Duck Lord? Welcome back, welcome back. But this has nothing to do with the reef steep. Is this perhaps a key that could lead to Old Easton's past? Hang on a second. Could you... Wait. You could not have known that the conquest of the Keshigs of Knights Mora took place over 1,000 years ago. How does this have anything to do with reef steep? Keshids, the Knights Mora's royal debt. Old Easton knows, but why? Did you serve the Knights Moran offspring? The king of Sargon created a Karanta of Knights Moran blood Padisha. Old Easton seems to. Padisha, Reef Steep, Padisha, Old Easton's master, a Karanta, a descendant of Knights Mora. The two of you made for the Watchman's Wall together, and he must have recounted to you the exploits of his bloodline, something that he must have taken pride in. Walls, yes, but no mere city walls. It was to the south, yes, the south, atop the hotlands that not even Sargonians would set foot on. There stood the entrance to the lands yet undiscovered by man. Knights Mora, a Knights Moran was created Padisha, and the Ibit region was once the center of his political exploits. He didn't choose to merely wallow in the luxuries promised to him by the Lords Emir. Instead, he thirst for conquest drove him to conquer those deserts. Yes, the Padisha wanted to conquer these golden sands. He led the people and built an entirely new city, a nomadic city. According to the history books, he almost succeeded. As for you, even though he treated you with nothing but benevolence, even though he passed away long ago, you remain lost in his life. Old Easton remembers now. Old Easton is not a gatekeeper, and certainly not the Padisha's close friend. Old Easton was just a jester before them. No, Old Easton remembers now. No. Was it those summer nights? Please calm down a little. Right, age has left Old Easton's memory in muddle. You are right, once upon a time the Padisha would hold a banquet at his palace every starry night and address all those in attendance. No. Old Easton was undeserving to bask in his glory and radiance. You've been under his Originium arts influence, and the long nightmare has twisted your thinking. This is not something that he had done to you deliberately. His subjects went voluntarily. There was none who could resist those extraordinary fantasies, curiosity, longing, and thirst for knowledge. All of it worked to keep us enthralled by the Padisha's charm. You were lost in your own dreams. No, it shouldn't be. The old Eason shouldn't. Please allow old Eason a brief moment of peace. Please leave old Eason alone. We're leaving tomorrow. What about old Eason? He needs some time to clear up his thoughts. The nights Mora had been tormenting him for too long. He's been trying to embrace the past in his dreams. I don't get it. We have no use for the box anymore. It was our final trump card, but now that we are leaving Sarkhan behind us, it makes no difference to us anymore. This is mine. The last thing I still have. That's why I'm leaving the decision to you. What will you do? You're forcing me to make a decision? I'm not forcing you to do anything. Even if you are actually able to replicate technology behind it and break away from its original form with where the Originium industries are currently, that will do you no good at all. The young researcher sets the box down after hesitating briefly. He has almost completely forgotten what is inside the box, despite the fact he has kept it on his person the entire journey. The blue Originium crystals are discharging tiny, stable sparks. It's beautiful. Is this really as dangerous as you've been making out to be? A simple sample such as this won't help explain why. Once you master the core principles behind it, you'll be able to craft from it a grenade capable of wiping out an entire city with ease. What do you think will happen if the Ibiti, Lord Amir, or Padisha Murad got their hands on this technology? The technology is still being developed. The bad guys will get their hands on it sooner or later. Truth is, this Originium crystal sample is the only one of its kind. As an Originium crystal, it actually isn't particularly special on its own. It is how it came to take its current form that makes it special. It was found in an excavation. You can always count on the archaeologists to discover new secrets. The Colombians only ever found 3 Originium samples like this one. Without exception, they all came from the surroundings of a certain Sarkaz ruins. What's going to happen if you destroy them? The sample's explosive range is hardly comparable to the electrical devices we use in experiments. However, because of its nature, it will nonetheless put us in danger, the danger of being infected with oripathy. Well, alright. You said it's one of a kind. Well then, I know how to take care of it now. Wait. You can't. Monster, protect him. The boy smashed the beautiful crystals to pieces. In an instant, the bright light of the electrical sparks has engulfed everything in the immediate area. Fucking blinding light. Why are you stopping me? Didn't you hear me? This is a piece of Originium. You will get infected. So what? Do you hate the infected? Do you despise them? Well, perfect. I don't owe you anything anymore now. I'm infected myself. What? It hurts my head. Those are the symptoms of an acute infection. This dumb motherfucker. Dumb fucking idiot. Don't fucking break it. It's gonna give you fucking cancer. I'm a fucking teenager. I'm gonna fucking break it. Fucking gets himself cancer. What a dipshit. Bro's trying to get an Enfield so bad. That's so fucking... I don't need it. I'm just keeping you from turning into Originium dust within the next few hours. You chose the wrong path, Elliot. Even if you were trying to shatter your own fate, this is the worst possible method you could choose. Elliot Glover, you are now an infected. This is the fate you chose for yourself. Well, this is just the perfect fate for me then. If you don't want to live a life of suffering, I have many ways to set you on your way. No, perhaps this will help me break away from these shackles. Now I have nothing to do with my past. Sorry for dragging you into this mess. I'm surprised you can still apologize. That's because I hate you too, Calcit. I thought you weren't going to treat me like a Colombian anymore. No, that's not why. You really think you can decide someone else's fate for them? I never once thought I could. But that is exactly what you are doing, Calcit, even though no one could say you made the wrong decision doing that. But it's all coming to an end now, isn't it? This doesn't change when I will be leaving, and you need to lay down and get some rest right now. This is what oripathy is. It differs from person to person. So does that mean I don't need to use those arts units to conduct arts device experiments now? You haven't received any in-depth Originium arts education, and it will just kill you even sooner. So you are saying I can do it? Yeah, that's not so bad. Keep going straight and you will reach another way out of the black market. Only Old Easton knows of this exit. No one has ever been here. An altar. A grave. My lady, there will be no obstacles in your way. I'm screenshotting that. That's a cool screenshot. Elliot, I'm going to Ursus. I know that. Why are you telling me this now? That's not important. What I'm asking you is, are you going to stick with me? You could go back to Columbia to continue your business before you make your decision, at the very least. Or you could stay. Old Easton is right. No one controls fate itself. He will help you. If that is my lady's wish, Old Easton will offer you his assistance, dear child. You're saying all this now. I can't decide your future for you. Even if you try to prove to me you're cutting off ties with your past, no matter how extreme your methods, you know from the beginning this is how you've always felt deep inside your heart. I'm stopping war. I'm stopping the Sargonian civil unrest set off by the legacy of Sargat's witchcraft, and I'm preventing a large-scale Originium infection. That's my goal, to put it simply. You're saying you've already succeeded? And what do you think of all those people who died on your quest? I get it. I know you saved me. You're really there to save us, and I owe you my life, but they weren't just making preparations for war. That's not their crime. War has already started, Calcit. You've seen it, haven't you? You've been in so many battles on your journey. How many people have you killed, and how many of them were out to kill us? The Padisha, the Lord Zamir. The Civil War has started already. If all of this comes to an end, does it really mean they will gladly set aside their differences and start throwing parties? You don't understand how the Sargon nobles and the Lord Zamir work. Their corruption and pride will bog them down. So you'll just come up with some pointless summary and get up and leave? I can't, Calcit. Sorry, but I can't. What do you want to do? I will find every last one of them. From Sargon to Columbia. All of them. Persistence. Looks like the child has made up his mind, my lady. This is the choice he made, Eason. Old Easton knows. Old Easton respects both your wishes. Old Easton is very old after all. Old Easton wants to leave behind a kindling that will spark a new fire. Will you help me? To the best of my ability, my child. Thanks. Thanks. Then Calcit, it's time for us to say goodbye. Newly awakened from his nightmares, the old man reminisces of the glory of the old days as tears well up in his eyes. The young researcher contemplates to himself. The anger welling up in him manages to suppress even the pain of his infection. As for Calcit, she merely stays quiet, saying not a word. The nomad then takes her leave by herself. Oh my god, this is no good. My lady, please do not forget Old Easton's reward. In some 20 years, you will return with the gold coin to take away with you this helpless soul. Monster, it's time to go.
Someday in the future,
Holy crap!
I'll have as clear a direction as you
Really
do.
good, actually. It was long, but it was really good. It's late.
Doctor.
He could be music, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. I think we call it here. Oh, wait. I'm a dummy. You know the rule. We have footprints in the background. I like this one a lot. Play it again, I missed it. I think this is where we call it. Take a for the stream. You know, we made a lot of progress in the story. Actually, we don't have much left. I think we just have chapter 8 and then a couple more readings after, and then we're done with well, this chapter. That's pretty cool. We're almost done. But yeah, this is where we call it because I'm tired. It's late for me. So yeah, but I think it was pretty chill today. Pretty fun one today actually. Good read. But anywho, I appreciate everyone for hanging out for the day. Just chilling and vibing and chatting with each other. It's been fun. Go drink some water. Go touch some grass. Go enjoy the rest of your day wherever you're at. Whether it's nighttime or daytime or morning or afternoon. Have a good one. Anyways, all of you have a great day.